Hey Amazon people, this is Dimitro from SalesBite, and in today's video I want to talk about Amazon advertising auto campaigns. So I hear a lot of people say that they pause their autos once they get the keywords into their manuals, and when auditing accounts I see people doing that, so they would migrate search terms from autos to exact phrase and broad, and then they would pause autos thinking there is no more use for that. Well, it's wrong. In fact, you should be always running autos in your account, and I'll explain why. So first of all, there are always new ways appearing of how people search for your products. So last year, we didn't have certain search terms, and this year we have new search terms. So by running autos, you will make sure you will pick those new ones up. Another thing is a lot of products may be relevant to different holidays. So we always set up in advance manual campaigns targeting a list of relevant holiday keywords to those products. But again, there can be new ways of how people search for your products. So often when analyzing search terms report, I will find that certain holiday search terms that we missed in manuals were triggered in autos. So that's another way why to keep them running. Another thing is we would always give lower bids to our autos than to manuals. So when manual campaigns like exact phrase and broad picking up search terms on page 1, our autos would pick up search terms maybe at the bottom of page 1 and page 2, 3, and so on with way lower cost per clicks. So that's a few reasons to keep them running, and there are a few more. Now, people also debate if you should do the so-called search terms migration, meaning you have a good search term in your auto campaign and you move it to manual campaign in exact and you would negate it in the auto. So we came to a conclusion that more than often it's better not to negate the search term in the auto when you migrate it to exact, because if the search term performs well and all of a sudden you negate it in auto and it didn't get enough momentum in exact, you may lose those sales. So what we usually do is we would migrate that search term to exact, give it a slightly higher bid, make sure it starts getting sales at optimal metrics, like with good ACOS, with good conversion, and we would just keep it in an auto. Because again, remember how I said in our autos, we have lower bids than manuals. So this search term, it will keep running in an auto, but again, it may be appearing at the bottom of first page or second, third page. Now, for some of the strategic keywords that we really want to focus on, we may totally negate those in auto, but only after we see it starts getting traction in the manual campaign. So there are different scenarios, and my advice is test it for yourself. Negating them in autos when migrating to exact and not doing so. But again, remember, if you're going to negate them in an auto, at least wait until it starts getting traction in the manual campaign. Now, I'll go over some examples here. So first of all, you can see how auto performs in this account with 22% ACOS, and it's pretty low for this account because they are well optimized. So yeah, another thing about autos, you would want to do the optimization. So like every 7, 14, or 30 days, depending on your account's volume, you want to pull up your search terms report and analyze the search terms in your auto campaigns that may be wasting your spend. So meaning they will generate a lot of ad spend, but zero sales, and you would negate those. If they generate sales at higher ACoS, but still generating sales, you may want to consider again transferring those into exact campaigns, and there you will have more control over the bid. Because with the autos and with the phrase and broad, the bid doesn't play such big of a role, because if you adjust the bid, you will adjust it for a whole set of search terms. So instead, it's always better to work with negating bad performing search terms. Now, here are examples of our autos. So in a video I made earlier, I mentioned how we break them down into their own targeting types. So here you can see close, substitutes, complements, close, lose. So we break those down into their own campaigns. And here we are inside the campaign, and you can see they have those 4 targeting types, or whatever they called. So let's go over each. So loose match will show your ad to shoppers who use search terms loosely related to your products. Close match will show your ad to shoppers who use search terms closely related to your products. So that's why we separate those into their own campaigns, because loose will trigger less relevant search terms and close will trigger more relevant. So the performance between those search terms will be different, most likely, because more relevant keywords will perform better and less relevant will perform worse, with lower conversion rate and higher ACoS. So for reading the data more accurately and making better decisions, we want to break them down into their own campaigns. Now, with complements and substitutes, those would trigger products. So complements will show your ad to shoppers who view the detail pages of products that complement your product. And substitutes will show your ad to shoppers who view the detail page of products similar to your products. So basically, with the substitutes, you will show up on pages of your main competitors, or just simply similar products. But with the complements, it will be products that complement your product. So if you're selling a knife with this targeting type, your product can show up like on a cutting board. So again, that's why we break those down, because the data they will trigger will be different, and we will be able to make better decisions. So guys, I hope this gave you some insights in auto campaigns. Maybe you now will look at them at another way, why you should keep running auto campaigns. Now, there is a cool trick that's still very relevant, and it's been around for many, many years, the so-called catch-all auto campaigns. So this goes a little bit against our structure, where we segment everything by product, by one async campaign, and by dividing these targeting types. So with catch-all autos, you will put all of your products inside one campaign at a very low bid. And usually those will be getting some good results, because they will be triggering maybe results from like 3rd, 4th, 5th page, whatever. So those still work, and you can run them in parallel with your regular auto campaigns. Just make sure that the catch-all will have lower bid. So guys, I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in comments if it was, if you have any questions or suggestions for the next videos. And if you're an Amazon brand looking for help with Amazon advertising, please reach out to me, and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. All the links will be down below. Thanks so much.